veteran of the show, who's not on the show this year. He's got a lot of other really interesting, good things going on. Maksim is here, and I don't know if you necessarily want to be as candid as you were just with me off camera.
Oh, come on.
But
Maksim, what did you tell Sam?
Let's hear it. Tell him. No.
What is the use of saying off the rec? No, I'm just kidding. No, listen. I think it's in its 21st season, you know, and that's a feat in itself. I think the show's going to be entertaining. You know, I'm rooting for my brother, of course, my business partner and best friend, Tony DeVillani. So, you know, there are a lot of people out there that are still my friends. I want the show to stay. It's done amazing things for all of us. And, you know, I'm not really sure. I'm looking forward to Gary Busey, but I honestly don't know much of other people.
But here's the thing. A lot of the names are unfamiliar, and this is what has happened. And, you know, we're honest with one another. Sometimes you look at the list and you go, oh, my gosh, these are great people. Sometimes you look at the list and you're like, who are these people? And sometimes those quote-unquote bad lists turn out to be an interesting season.
It's true. It's true. I think, you know, there's a formula, and, you know, it's someone who dances well that you didn't know would. It's someone who, you know, speaks well and just gives you entertainment. You know, you have to remember that for any show of this nature, you can't cast 10 winners. You got to cast somebody who's going to go first, somebody who's going to go second, and I think that's what the casting people have done this time. I do have to say I was shocked and very, very pleasantly surprised when they announced one of the guys from the French train.
Right, that seems to be the most interesting booking of all.
To me, it was like, you know, finally you do that right. You know what I mean? Like you bring someone who is relevant and who I personally just applauded when I saw the news. It was an amazing, you know, achievement. Finally, you know, we looked amazing in the world outside of U.S. You know, he represents a lot of people that I think would want to see someone like that on TV.
Right. The thing is now, though, with Dancing with the Stars and with this list in particular, the dancers, the professionals, you guys are more famous than the supposedly the famous people.
Yeah, people are voting for, you know,
if I said this was the case a while ago, too, I'd make it. No, you know, I think it's only fair to say show has evolved, and it's evolved into where now you get to, you know, Paula Deen walking in going, I know you, you know. She didn't point at any of the stars. She pointed at my brother. I was like, well, you know, I know him too. But, you know, it's awesome that we get to now help the celebrities with, you know, progressing in the show, not just in a form of educating them how to do it, but also in a form of like, well, you know, I have a lot of followers too. You know, so it's pretty cool. I don't know. We talked about this. I have no idea what the casting people are thinking with some of them, but you know, we've always had those seasons.
Let's no Len this year, and I know you've had you know, agreements and disagreements with some of the judges. I think that's a big loss. Okay.
I don't listen. I don't know. You know, I'm all for fresh blood. You know, people still look at me like, well, you know, he's a little bitter, and I left because I filled in a huge part of the show that I thought someone else could do better. No, absolute in full honesty. You know, I've lost a little bit of desire to be there. Once you don't have it, you shouldn't be there. You know, you should do the job you want to do 100%.
Speaking of the job that you want to do, you've been opening some dance studios around the country, and I looked online. This show, Sway, a live show. Tony's in it. It looks great.
It's an amazing production. You know, I just want to say we're taking it to a different level, to a different height. I've met an incredible man, Joseph Milton. He is a president of Alpha-Lit, which is an organization that fights to eradicate illiteracy. We teamed up, we put together this thing called 1 Week, 1 Cause, and the next installment of Sway is going to be in Miami during the first week of Art Basel, and I think it's going to be an incredible show. It's going to be better than the ones we did before. We just sold out Hammerstein Ballroom 3 months ago. So, you know, this is something that we started in our pretty much kitchen, you know, trying to give my staff in all my studios something to look forward to other than just dance lessons and teaching adults how to do this. But you know, it turned into something so much bigger, and so we're now using this show to raise funds to, you know, we're giving a lot of money to Alpha-Lit. I'm also very much involved with Child Help and with other charitable organizations.
Very, very quickly, if you had not come into the picture, and if I were single, would I have had a shot with PETA?
Absolutely not.
Very okay. That's the man.
Finally, honesty.
But she did
Honesty.
say hi to Sam, say hi to Sam.
And
Sam,
very,
Sam.
very quickly,
Oh,
let's because we're out of
Maxim, we
time.
love you.
You're very busy in that, but if you're sitting at home on the couch, will you watch it?
What, Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, you know, this is the purest entertainment TV we have left. I just don't want people, you know, doing things that would make what I just said obsolete, you know, because this is the only show left on TV you can watch with 4 generations.
It's true.
of
Yes,
That
that
is
is so true. Maxim.
But the best show
You're
out
a
there,
purist.
if you go,
Yeah.
swayshow.com, buy tickets, Miami in December.
Sway Show. The website's terrific. Sway, S-W-A-Y, Sway Show. Those 2 words to go there. Swayshow.com. You can learn all about what Max is doing live. Dancing with the Stars, of course, comes back on Monday, September 14th. Nice to see you, sir.
We had worse guests, by the way, before. And the show still works.
Yeah,
let's not talk about
let's tell us who, Maxim. But we will miss you on Monday nights, either way.
Thank you.
Good to
Thank
see you this morning.
Good to see
Coming
you
up.
too.
Wanna